Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're taking a stack of source material that looks pretty simple on the surface. It's a language guide called A Taste of English, discussing food and meals.
Right.
You might think, okay, vocabulary lists, pizza, rice, vegetables. But actually, when you look closer, these basic conversations, they map out the hidden structure of our daily lives.
Exactly. It's less about the words themselves and more about the cultural data embedded in them. We're not just listing what people eat.
No.
We're trying to chart the landscape of everyday food habits.
Yeah.
Preferences, why we choose things, the psychology behind it all.
Yeah, our mission is to get past just the words and really uncover the why. Why these comfort foods? Why do meals follow certain patterns? It's like finding the hidden architecture of, say, Western meals and how our personal feelings fit in.
It's almost like behavioral economics for the everyday eater. We're looking at what people eat, sure, but also when, and crucially, why they pick certain flavors or textures or, health levels.
And how things like mood or just being busy change those choices.
Totally. It all plays a part.
Okay, let's unpack this. Let's start with the basics, the kind of rhythm of the eating day. The sources detail a couple of routines, and right away, for breakfast, you see different foods doing the same job, structurally speaking.
Yes, and if you're trying to, navigate social situations or travel, understanding this basic structure is, it's key. Breakfast is a great example. Two pretty different ways to start the day shown here.
Okay, so one routine looks pretty substantial, right? Bread, eggs, fruit, and then milk or coffee. That takes a bit of time. Cooking eggs isn't instant.
Right. It suggests maybe a slightly slower morning.
Yeah.
More of a ritual, perhaps.
And the other one?
The other one is all about speed. Cereal, juice, maybe some toast with jam. Super quick. Minimal effort.
So both have grains, both have a drink?
Yeah, the structure's similar in a way, but one leans savory, maybe more complex. The other is sweet and fast. It immediately tells you something about lifestyle pressures, doesn't it?
It really does. Like, not enough time probably pushes you from eggs towards cereal. Okay, so then comes lunch. Midday. This seems to be where that health versus speed thing really comes into play.
Oh, definitely. The comparison in the sources is quite striking. One person describes a really balanced meal.
Mm-hmm.
Rice, chicken, and vegetables. That's protein, carb, greens. Feels like a proper meal.
A full plate.
Yeah. And the other default, much lighter. A sandwich, maybe a salad or soup.
Why the big difference there, do you think?
Well, it suggests different daily setups, maybe. A rice, chicken, veg person might have a proper lunch break, maybe access to a kitchen, or they pack something substantial.
Right.
The other person probably needs something portable, quick, maybe eating at their desk, or just a short break. So they go for lighter things, still reasonably healthy, but easy.
Makes sense. Convenience is king sometimes.
Right.
And then dinner. Dinner seems to bring everyone back together, almost, towards simplicity, comfort.
That's a good way to put it. Both people mention things like pasta or soup. Staples. It's the end of the day. Maybe less energy for complex cooking. Familiarity wins out.
And this is where one of those tiny, brilliant details comes in from the source material.
Ah, yes.
When talking about soup and bread, they specifically mention adding, what was it? A little butter or olive oil.
Isn't that great? Such a small detail.
It seems tiny, but adding that bit of fat to simple carbs, it says a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah.
About wanting that little bit of richness, flavor, even in a basic comfort food, like a small reward.
Absolutely. It elevates it, right? Turns fuel into something, enjoyable. That simple touch of butter or oil makes plain bread or soup satisfying. It's about enjoyment, not just sustenance. Understanding these little things, these routines, it gives you real context.
Okay, so we've got the structure. Now let's shift to the content and that constant push-pull. Eating healthy versus grabbing something fast. Everyone deals with this, right?
It's universal. And the sources are pretty honest about it. Both people say they prefer home-cooked meals. They call them tasty and healthy. That's the ideal.
The goal.
The goal, exactly. But then they both admit they eat fast food burgers and fries are mentioned sometimes.
Yeah.
It's like, life happens. Convenience takes over occasionally.
But it's interesting, when one person is asked for their favorite food, they go back to health, rice and vegetables, and they explicitly say because it's healthy.
That's significant, isn't it?
Okay.
It's not just about taste in that moment. It's about identity. Choosing the healthy option as your favorite reflects a certain value.
Here's where it gets really interesting. The source material actually lists specific fruits and veggies people prefer. It almost paints a picture, like a color palette for healthy eating.
It does. And the lists are, they're the classics, aren't they? Fruits, apples, bananas, oranges, strawberries, easy to carry, available everywhere.
To staples.
Totally. And vegetables, carrots, broccoli, spinach, peppers, tomatoes. Again, the nutritional heavy hitters. Very common, very versatile.
Why do you think these specific ones pop up?
Well, partly availability and familiarity, I guess. They're reliable, easy to find, easy to use. But the reason given for eating them is key. It's not just they taste good.
Right, it was functional.
Exactly.
Yeah.
For vitamins and energy, that's stated outright. It shows this very conscious, almost transactional view of food and health, which is, very much part of the modern conversation around eating well.
And that leads directly to that great little tip they included. Try to eat different colors of fruits and vegetables.
This is simple, powerful heuristic, easy to remember, visually makes sense, connects variety directly to getting a good range of nutrients.
Okay, let's switch gears again. Let's get into the pure psychology that comes out in some of these answers. We're moving beyond the meal structure now into really personal stuff, eating based on feelings, what people don't like, what they want to try.
Yeah, this is fascinating. Look at the contrast between eating when happy versus eating when tired.
Okay, so when happy, one person goes for the classic treat, ice cream or cake. Pure indulgence, right? Sweetness, richness, no holding back.
Textbook celebration food. But the other person's happy food, chocolate and fruit.
That's interesting.
It is. It's like, yes, indulgence, chocolate, but balance with something fresh and lighter fruit. It suggests maybe celebrating, but still having some kind of internal governor, a nod to health, perhaps.
Or just a different preference for combining tastes and then being tired. That brings out totally different needs.
Completely. One person wants something light, like soup or a salad, suggests maybe not wanting to tax the system when energy is low, seeking restoration through lightness.
Makes sense. Don't want a heavy meal when you're wiped out.
But the other person, they go for toast and tea.
The ultimate comfort combo for many.
Exactly. There's a huge cultural weight there, isn't there? Toast and tea can be linked to childhood, feeling unwell. It's simple, bland in a comforting way. Needs zero mental effort. It's psychological comfort more than anything.
So comfort means different things. Sometimes it's rich and sweet. Other times it's super simple, familiar, almost plain.
Precisely. And the dislikes are just as revealing. They show boundaries. One person dislikes mushrooms, specifically mentions taste or texture. That's a gut reaction, sensory.
Yeah, texture can be a big deal breaker for people.
Huge. And the other person dislikes very spicy food. The reason it's too hot. That's not about the flavor itself. It's about the physical sensation, the heat or pain threshold.
Two different kinds of nope.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Sensory limits. Then you've got the classic split, salty versus sweet cravings. Salty is specified as chips or nuts, often about crunch, that sharp hit of flavor.
Yeah, that immediate satisfaction.
Whereas sweet is listed as fruit or yogurt, more of a mellow, sustained pleasantness maybe.
Yeah.
Two different ways to satisfy a craving.
And the bit about foods they want to try, that felt really revealing about their personality almost.
I thought so too. One person wants to try sushi, raw fish, and rice. That's quite a step, texturally.
Yeah, raw fish isn't for everyone. It suggests maybe being open to new textures, maybe a bit of risk-taking, and liking that clean, simple flavor profile.
Right. It's about the feel and the quality of the raw ingredient. And the other person wants to try Indian food, specifically calls out the spices and flavors.
So that's about complexity, right? Layers of taste, maybe some heat.
Exactly. It highlights a key difference in culinary curiosity. Are you drawn to exploring radically new textures like raw fish, or radically new flavor complexity like intricate spice blends?
Adventure in texture versus adventure in flavor.
It's a great way to think about it. It tells you how someone engages with novelty food-wise. One is about mouthfeel, the other about aroma, and the story the flavors tell.
That's a really neat distinction. Okay, so we've covered structure, health, psychology. Let's bring it back to the practical side. The source material includes a little conversation practice, how to actually talk about food choices.
Yes, a very typical scenario, deciding where to eat. They talk it through and land on a small cafe nearby that does, quote, good healthy meals. Salads, grilled veg, fruit juice, very much in line with the preferences discussed earlier.
And the language they use to get there, it's super useful. We can probably pull out, 3 key phrases, things you can use right away to manage these kinds of social food decisions?
Absolutely. The first one, maybe the most crucial for starting the whole process, is asking about desire. What do you feel like eating?
Opens the floor. Good one.
Essential. Then, once you have an idea or want to propose something, you need the invitation. Would you like to join me?
Clear, direct, gets a yes or no.
Exactly. And finally, to actually get things moving from talk to action. Shall we go?
Turns the plan into reality.
Simple as that.
So what does this all mean? Well, it shows how central food is to just planning your day, socializing. Those three phrases are basically the tools you need to make a simple plan with someone, turning that feeling of "I'm hungry" into actually going somewhere to eat.
Precisely. It connects the internal craving to external action.
Yeah.
We've gone from the big picture breakfast, lunch, dinner structures through the internal debates like cake versus salad when you're happy or tired.
Right down to the nitty-gritty of not liking mushroom texture or being curious about spices.
It really shows that food is almost never just fuel, is it? It reflects your mood, your memories, how busy you are, even how much risk you like to take with new things.
That's a great summary.
So here's something to think about, maybe next time you're deciding what to eat. If your daily food habits, your comfort foods, if that was all a stranger knew about you, like they only know you reach for salty snacks when stressed, or that toast and tea means comfort to you, or that you'd rather try raw fish than complex spices, what specific flavor or texture detail would kind of sum up your personality for them?
Wow.
Because your food choices are telling that story every single day.
That is
You know, one of the first things you learn in any new language is how to talk about food. It's how we connect with people, share our culture, and make plans. So today, we're going to break down a simple English conversation to give you the key words and phrases you need to talk about what you love to eat. Let's dive right in.
So, where do you even start a conversation about food? Well, probably the easiest way, and honestly, a perfect icebreaker, is to just ask about someone's favorites.
So I'm going to ask you right now, what is your favorite food? Go on, take a second to think about it. Is it something sweet, salty, maybe something you only eat on special occasions? This one simple question is really the starting point for everything else. Okay, so check this out. We've got two different answers here. Tom loves pizza, which is a classic choice, right? But notice Anna prefers rice and vegetables, and she calls it healthy food. And this also gives us two really useful kind of opposite ideas. Fast food, like pizza or burgers, versus home-cooked meals. Okay, so we've covered favorite foods, but what about everything else you eat in a day? A really great way to organize your thoughts and your vocabulary is to break it down by the three main meals of the day. Think of this table as your perfect cheat sheet for a typical day of eating. You'll notice for breakfast, we see words like cereal and toast. For lunch, sandwich and salad are super common choices. And for dinner, you've got things like pasta or soup. It's just a simple way to learn the basics for every single meal.
Remember how Anna mentioned she likes healthy food? Well, let's zoom in on a huge part of that, fruits and vegetables, or as a lot of people just call them, veggies. Let's boost our vocabulary a little bit. On the fruit side, we have apples, bananas, and strawberries. For vegetables, there are carrots, broccoli, and spinach. Take a quick look. How many of these do you eat regularly?
You know, it's not just about knowing the names, it's about knowing why you should eat them. And this slide gives us a really simple and memorable tip. Eat a variety of colors. Why? Because all those different colors give you different vitamins and, of course, energy. It's such an easy rule for healthier eating.
All right, so we can name different foods, we can categorize them by meal, but how do we share our opinion? Let's get into the language of preferences, how to talk about what you love and, well, what you'd rather not eat.
Okay, this is where you get to practice. I'm going to read these questions and I really want you to pause after each one and think of your own answer. You ready? Step 1. What food do you eat when you're happy? Step 2. How about when you're tired? Step 3. What do you dislike? Step 4. Sweet or salty? And last one, step 5, what new food would you like to try?
All right, now let's see what Tom and Anna said. For happy food, Tom goes for ice cream, while Anna chooses chocolate. But pay attention to the key words here. Tom dislikes mushrooms, that's a strong negative, and Anna prefers sweet food, which is a great word for making a comparison. These simple little words are exactly what you need to share your opinions clearly.
Okay, we've got the words, we've got the phrases, now it's time to put it all together. Let's see how all these ideas flow in a short, totally natural dialogue. So the whole thing kicks off with this perfect, super casual opening from Anna. Notice she says, "What do you feel like eating?" This is such a natural and friendly way to ask. It's way more common in everyday conversation than something direct like, "What do you want to eat?"
And Tom's response is just great. He doesn't just name a food, he describes what he wants, something light. And then, bam, he immediately passes the conversation right back to Anna with "How about you?" That's a simple little trick to keep the conversation going both ways.
Anna likes his idea and says she'll probably have rice and vegetables, but then she moves the conversation forward with an invitation. Would you like to join me? This is the key phrase that can turn a simple chat into an actual plan. Tom accepts with a really clear, yes, I'd like that. But he doesn't stop there. He immediately helps move the plan forward by asking, where shall we go? He's not just waiting for Anna to do all the work. He's participating in the planning.
So now it's Anna's turn to make a specific suggestion about a cafe she knows. And look at how she phrases it. Shall we go there? This is another one of those polite, really useful phrases for proposing an idea without being too pushy. It just invites the other person to agree.
And here we go, the perfect conclusion. Tom is super enthusiastic. Great idea, let's go. Simple, clear, and positive. In just a few lines, they've shared what they like, made a plan, and picked a place. That, right there, is a successful food conversation.
Wow, okay, we've covered a ton of ground, right? From single words to full-on phrases. So before we wrap this up, let's do a quick review of the most important vocabulary from this whole explainer. So, here's your toolkit. Remember the basic nouns for meals and those concepts of healthy versus fast food. You can use the action words dislike and prefer to share your opinion. But honestly, the most important things to take away are those key phrases we practiced. They're your ticket to turning a conversation into a shared meal. And that brings us to one last question, just for you. Using everything we've just covered, what new food will you ask a friend to try with you? Because the real goal, right, is to take this vocabulary off the screen and into your life. Thanks so much for watching, and happy eating.